questions will be based on main concepts and content of the unit. Students need a strong grasp of the unit grammar. For the students, general engagement with the unit along with focused study on the specific expectations is the best way to succeed. Teachers can work out the main focus of the unit through the unit plan and the module meeting. It is very important that teachers gain a firm understanding of what the students need to do. There are basic guidelines for the question types in the test on the unit plan. These should be written on the board on Sunday morning along with the writing information, even though there is no class time given to speaking until later in the week. Teachers need to have a thorough understanding of both the rubric and the grade sheet that is used on the test. It is important that the students understand the rubric and how they are graded before the first test. The test procedures can be detailed and tensions high. It is imperative that teachers take the time to get comfortable with testing procedures and making sure their students are well prepared. The basics of the rubric are incorporated here. Students need to answer questions using full sentences, which requires some very controlled practice. They also need to be made aware of how important it is to make accurate sentences, even if they are very basic. Pronunciation and clear speech are important, as well as doing their best to speak naturally and have flow and expression. Obviously, they will have an accent, but need to try to be as clear as possible. In Orange and Blue, practice questions are uploaded to the internal pages, which can be used as practice, as well as an opportunity to see examples of the types of questions that students will face in that week's test. Putting the students into groups to discuss the content can be very useful to aid their understanding. Initial practice in pairs can be more comfortable for them. The students need modeling from the teacher and stronger students so they can see what to do. This is especially important in the first weeks of the first quarter. It can be very good preparation to get students answering questions in front of the class. They will be tested alone in Orange and Blue, but it is good to get them used to dealing with feelings of discomfort and having to produce. However, it is important to build this confidence incrementally. So beyond group work to understand content and pair work to help make it easier. If students are very unconfident before the first test, you can try getting them answering questions about things they know, such as their favorite food or hobby, to get them used to producing English. Students answering speaking questions in front of the class means that they get to see model answers and can see the teacher give positive and negative feedback, which can aid the learning process. This can be especially effective when the teacher asks the class what mistakes were made and what things were done well. Make sure you accept volunteers for speaking in front of the class and don't force anyone. One effective way to get students to engage with the topic or review it is to get them to guess and write their own questions before handing them the practice ones. Have the students tell you their questions and put them up on the board. Tell them that they should be thinking of potential speaking questions as they work through the unit. They also need to practice a lot at home. The more they practice in front of other people and get out of their comfort zone, the easier it will be to perform in the test. All of these things should help make the speaking test less tense for the students and more comfortable overall throughout the quarter.